Drama in Dallas, a showdown on ESPN, and the return of the Rocky Mountain Cup next on The Daily. Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to another edition of The Daily here with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Nick Fershaw, and we're going to start, Andrew, with the action from Thursday night. FC Dallas and the New England Revolution in a good one down at FC Dallas Stadium in Frisco. Looked like it was headed for a scoreless draw between these two, but Ugo Ehemelu, the FC Dallas center back, gets on the end of one late. Big win for FC Dallas.
Yeah, pops up in the 95th minute, and you could see that Jay Heaps was not pleased with that breakdown by his defense. Just a little clip ball over the top, and Ugo's at the right place at the right time. Deft header to the far post. Matt Reese didn't even dive for it, didn't really have a chance, but a big win for FC Dallas after, like you said, for most of 90 minutes, 95 in fact, it looked like they were going to have to settle for that scoreless draw. New England, on the other hand, will be disappointed not to get their second straight road result after that LA game, but still a solid performance for Jay Heaps' crew. They'll want to create a little bit more, I think, in the coming weeks, though.
And a good win for FC Dallas back at home after that loss on the road last weekend. At DC United, FC Dallas trying to keep up with the rest of the teams in the Western Conference. Well, the biggest game of the weekend this weekend is at Livestrong Sporting Park in Kansas City. The LA Galaxy come to town to face a undefeated and perfect Sporting Kansas City. Peter Vermees and his crew. 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday on ESPN. You can catch a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. Andrew, this is the first real test for Sporting Kansas City this season. They've played very well, but this is the first really good team they're going to play.
Yeah, not a marquee win for Peter Vermees' team yet so far this season. A good one over FC Dallas, but other than that, some bottom feeders, some teams at the bottom of the heap. Of course, LA Galaxy don't have the record that would say that they are one of those true contenders, but of course, everyone considers them to be such, although they haven't been off to the best start. For the first time in a while, they're going to be the underdogs, and they're going to go into Kansas City with a big test in their hand, especially with some injury issues. Landon Donovan still kind of having that niggling quad injury. We'll see if he plays. It looks likely at this point. And then David Beckham hasn't trained for large portions of this week, so we'll see if he comes in and plays a role. But either way, a chance for Sporting Kansas City to make a statement, and on the flip side, LA to say, hey, we've gone nowhere.
Yeah, one of the first high-profile games on the 2012 docket again. Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. You can catch a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. Moving out west, where there's a very good game in the Bay Area on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can catch it on MLS Live. It's the San Jose Earthquakes at home against the Vancouver Whitecaps. Both these teams have come out swinging out of the gate in 2012. Vancouver's actually unbeaten going into this one, but San Jose has been playing very well lately. They went up to CenturyLink last weekend and got a big win over the Sounders. What do you expect from this one?
Well, you talked about both of them coming out swinging. I think the biggest thing for both sides is that they're not allowing their opponents to do any swinging. Yeah. Two of the best defensive teams in the league so far, and I expect more of the same in this one. Of course, one of the big talking points, Steven Linhart, Jay DeMerit matchup, of course, we'll expect them to tangle on the field, maybe literally and figuratively. But the big thing for Vancouver is stopping Chris Wondolowski. He's a guy, you give him one chance, one look, he's going to put one in the back of the net. Obviously, they're the lone team in MLS to not give up a goal. So the big one there, the two center back matchups and how they match up with each forward pairing going forward.
You mentioned the Vancouver Whitecaps not allowing a goal in 4 games so far this season. They're inching closer to the shutout streak to start a season. They're only about 60, 70 minutes away. We'll see if they can do it against San Jose, but the San Jose Earthquakes, their defense has been very good so far. In Vancouver, without a shot on goal each of the past 2 games. We'll have to see how it shakes out on Saturday in the Bay Area. Staying in the West, Real Salt Lake at home on Saturday night against the Colorado Rapids, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can catch it on MLS Live. The return of the Rocky Mountain Cup, which really has been one of the better rivalries the last few seasons. The Rapids going to Rio Tinto Stadium, coming off a win last weekend over Chicago. RSL was in midweek action against Montreal, a 1-0 win there. You got to assume on paper, Colorado might be able to hang with Real Salt Lake, especially after a short week.
Yeah, Rio Tinto Stadium has proven to be not quite the fortress that it has been in recent seasons. Obviously, Chivas USA going in there and getting the victory. Colorado has had a much better season so far. Interesting thing from this game, both these teams so far this season have been ones that have focused on possession. And obviously, we knew that that would be RSL's MO. But Colorado and Oscar Pareja have implemented that plan rather quickly and very successfully, you must say. And they've had success on the road. So it'll be interesting to see who can hold the ball more and who can create actual chances from that possession. Another interesting note that pops up with this matchup every year, Kyle Beckerman, the heart and soul of that RSL side, coming off a week in which he scored the game winner against Portland at the weekend. and then came back and helped their side to a 1-0 win over Montreal. Will he continue that, and will he get another victory against his former club?
And for the Colorado Rapids, obviously Pablo Mastroeni out of this one. Martin Rivero, the newcomer in there in that sort of attacking central midfield spot. He's been good. He was good in his debut for the Rapids. And Omar Cummings with 2 goals so far this season, trying to return to the form that he's had in the past seasons in Colorado. Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can find it on MLS Live. And last but not least, before we go, one more look at another game on Saturday. Could be a good one for all those fans up in Canada. Montreal at home against Toronto FC, 12 p.m. Eastern. You can find that on TSN in Canada and MLS Live down here in the United States. Got to assume this could be one Montreal could get, their first win of MLS.
Yeah, I mean, that's what both sides are looking for, a win. Both are winless on the season, and obviously Montreal has shown a little bit more fight in the league. Of course, Toronto FC, well documented their run in the CONCACAF Champions League. They'll have Danny Koverman's back for that visit to the Big O, but I think you have to give all the credit to Montreal. They're going to have momentum. They're going to have a crowd on their side. Of course, both teams played in midweek, so we'll see how that fatigue plays into things.
There you go, 12 p.m. Eastern again on TSN and MLS Live in the United States. Before we go, I want to remind everybody the latest edition of Extra Time Radio is out. It came out on Thursday. LA Galaxy manager Bruce Arena and San Jose Earthquakes goalkeeper John Bush. They both joined us to preview the weekend. You can find that on iTunes and Buzzsprout. And for all the latest news and a complete schedule of this weekend's games, log on to MLSsoccer.com.